Many would also know that Jack was the pioneer co-founder of Australian Land and Cattle Company, which owned 7 prime Kimberley cattle stations covering nearly 2 million hectares, carrying over 100,000 head of cattle. Jack's story, To Dam Will Be Damned, The Mighty Fitzroy River, edited by Brian Herndon and Rosalie Hamilton. It's more relevant today than ever was, and you would have seen in the West Australian stories about the actual concept of damming the Fitzroy, and it will not go ahead, even though just 1% of the waters of the Fitzroy are used in agriculture. Go figure. Napier Downs Station was one of the stations that Alco owned, said to be one of the finest cattle properties in the Kimberley, and is situated 130 kilometres east of Derby and just north of Liverenga Station, which is one of his other stations. Jack credits Stuart Scogland with being the first heli-mustering pilot in the Kimberleys. And on following that up, I contacted the Kununurra Info Centre to ask about the resting place of Stuart Scogland, who's in that cemetery. And I said to the girl, it was sad news to report that Jack Fletcher had sadly departed, and she said, we do get Facebook up here. So she knew. She'd actually had a husband that worked for Jack. How about that for coincidence? Jack's diaries and correspondence are held by the WA State Library, Batty Library, and they were authorised to be released upon his death. So those diaries, and he kept immaculate diaries, will be there for future generations. And the reason why Jack wouldn't let me tell this story earlier was that his son Geoffrey died in a helicopter crash during mustering, and that was something that he carried for the rest of his life. You might have heard that Kerry Stokes has bought the 380,000 hectares at Napier Downs and joins Gina Reinhardt and Andrew Forrest, who are investing in cattle properties too. I wanted to tell you about a helicopter pilot who went up to the northwest Stony Brook. His name is Peter Leutenegger. Did anyone know that gentleman?
Yeah.
You did? So he arrived in the Kimberleys in the 1980s as a broke 22-year-old helicopter pilot living out of an old Falcon car. In 1992, Peter was now owner of Fitzroy Helicopters and knew Napier Downs well because he was involved in destocking there. That was part of the brucellosis and tuberculosis eradication program. When the opportunity came to buy Napier Downs, he picked it up for less than $1 million. It is thought that Kerry Stokes later on paid in excess of $20 million. So to aspiring pilots, keep sharp, alert, busy, for you'll never know where life will take you. Isn't that true?